I just finished my medical school. I'm no longer a final year medical student. I'm on my break waiting for housemanship. Hey guys, so I'm Emilia, for those of you who don't know me. So I thought I would like to share with you guys some tips that helped me during my medical school, especially those relating to Anki and also in context of the Malaysian medical students, because I see so many US and UK students using it, but I don't see much Malaysian medical students using it. So just a disclaimer, this Anki thing, it might not work for everyone, but it worked for me. So I hope you take it with like a pinch of salt, and also just keep on doing whatever that's best for you, and maybe try it out. If it doesn't work for you, it's fine, but if it works for you, well, that's great. Without further ado, let's get straight to the video. So I'm gonna tell you a background of why Anki actually works. Anki is actually a flashcard app that uses spaced repetition. So spaced repetition actually works by like showing you the information the moment that you're about to forget it, so you don't actually forget the information. Because for us humans we have a learning curve where we will learn the material one day and then we'll forget it the next day. So Anki is just a tool, a flashcard app that helps you with your studying and shows you the material when you're just about to forget it. So it reinforces your memory in a way. As a medical student with like thousands of things to memorize, like this app is just pure gold. Like, it's amazing. I don't know how else to phrase it, but it's amazing. Think of it as like studying smart instead of studying hard. But you must always remember, you must understand the material before you put it into Anki, the flashcard app. There's no point studying the material and like trying to use brute memorization when you don't even understand what you're putting into the flashcard app. There's absolutely no point. It just beats the purpose. So the thing that I really like about Anki is that you can study anywhere on the go. You can be at a coffee shop trying to order coffee, and you can just use Anki web and just, do your flashcards. It's so easy. The first tip is sync your Anki to your Anki web. It's free, completely free. That way you can access your Anki cards from your laptop and your phone. You don't need to be on your laptop 24/7 to do your Anki. You can even use your phone. That's the point of the Anki web. If you sync it, it will connect provided you have internet. It's super helpful for reviewing Anki cards in hospital, clinics, or even you can review it in like your Grab, during traffic jams. You can review it anywhere, anytime. It's so convenient. I just love Anki web for that. And yes, you can download Anki Droid and Anki Mobile for your phone if you don't like Anki web, but I just prefer Anki web because you don't need storage space. Anki Droid is free for Android users, but Anki Mobile, unfortunately, I'm sorry Apple users, it's paid. You need to pay for it. The next tip is close deletion cards are the best. They are like the king. Don't just make basic Q&A cards like what is the treatment of DKA. It's gonna take you a lot of brain power to recall the whole process of how to treat DKA. So use close deletion cards. That's the type of cards where you blank out parts of the sentences. For example, treatment of DKA includes in a close deletion, IV fluids. In close deletion, treat the electrolyte imbalance. In close deletion, insulin infusion. So it actually tests you in context, and you don't have to like follow a flow, and it actually helps you better remember during exams and during ward rounds or any clinical rounds. Because the way exams work is that you need that to extract that part of the information immediately, so you need to quickly take out that part of the information. And your lecturers are gonna ask during ward rounds, sure, they're gonna ask you steps. What's the first thing you're gonna do? What's the next thing you're gonna do? But you still need like those small info, you still need to extract them, you know, like it's like suddenly you extract them. It's not like you memorize and go in a flow, and if you skip the flow you can't remember what's the next step. You can't remember stuff that way. Anki helps you to like extract info at certain parts and certain points of those steps. Next tip I would say is that you can use pre-made Anki decks. There's so many, like literally so many good pre-made Anki decks out there, like Anki, Zanki. There's so many. I think Zanki is part of the Anki, and you can just download the whole thing and you can do it. There's so many MRCP decks as well, like MRCPCH, MRCOG for like the next step after undergraduate. So you can just download it and just upload it to your Anki deck and just start doing it. And if you're lucky, your seniors from your uni might have done some Anki decks and they might have uploaded it to the Anki web. So always try to find out from your seniors, and if your seniors have done some, maybe like ask your seniors if you can have their decks and maybe treat them to a coffee, or you know, pay a small fee to them, because it's not that easy. Creating Anki cards takes quite a long time and a lot of effort. And yeah, you can just use the pre-made Anki decks and slowly like first you can suspend everything, and you can slowly unsuspend each block, I would say. Like for example, pathology, or if you're starting with first year, maybe physiology and then anatomy. Like you can slowly unsuspend each block. You guys get what I mean. Like unsuspend part by part, so that you don't have like a whole maybe 10,000 cards to do and you feel overwhelmed. And another tip is that make sure that you don't do too many new cards in a day, because all those cards will actually pile up because it will go to your review. You need to review those cards and you need to make sure you retain those cards. So I would say like maybe 100-150 new cards per day is good. The most important tip for Malaysian medical students is that do not skip CPG. I get it that if you guys use pre-made Anki decks such as the USMLE Anki decks like Anki or the MRCP decks, sure, good, but you still need to remember you're going to be practicing in Malaysia and you're going to need to know the Malaysian CPG. CPG stands for Clinical Practice Guidelines. So there's a lot of CPGs, like you guys need to search it like topic by topic. There's a CPG for STEMI, there's a CPG for COPD, asthma. There's so many CPGs. Make sure you guys don't miss out. If there's no CPG for it, you guys can refer to textbooks, especially the management part, like for the symptoms and like the signs, and basically it will be similar, but best place to always refer would be the CPG. So to revise Malaysian CPG, what I would do is first I would discuss the material. Like there's a lot of mind maps in the CPG. I would discuss the material with my friends and then understand the material, fully digest the material. Only then I would put the CPG into Anki, and because CPGs, they have a lot of flowcharts, I would just do image occlusion for those images. And another thing for the pre-made Anki decks, you can use them, but you can also customize them. So after you upload it to your Anki app, you can actually customize them and add your own notes and make those cards yours. You can also add Malaysian CPG info, add on to those cards, so that you don't need to like make cards from scratch, because making cards from scratch takes a lot of time and effort. Next tip would be daily review. So he is a marathon, not a sprint, and it's true. If you just keep cramming Anki last minute, you're not gonna make full use of the app. You're just reaping the short-term benefits and you're just gonna forget all those info in the long run. So what's the point? you're gonna want to do your daily reviews every single day, and if you skip a day, make sure to get back to it the next day. I think there's a like add-on that you can use to actually postpone those reviews. I can't really remember what the add-on name is. Anki only works if you do your cards daily. It's like a routine. So I mean, I'm also guilty of not doing it every day, but I try my best to stick to it every day. So like an analogy that you can use is like Anki is like brushing your teeth. You can skip it, but if you skip too many days, it's gonna be a disaster. I try to do the Anki cards whenever I can. Whenever I'm commuting, whenever I'm waiting for food in a line, or just, chilling. I try to open up my Anki web and do as much cards as I can. And when I get back, I try to finish it up. And I also integrate Anki with other methods of learning. I don't just use Anki, so that's why sometimes I skip Anki. I also use like mind maps and like the blurting method, the Feynman method. There's so many other methods that I use, so that's why sometimes I skip Anki. So alright, that's it. That's literally how Anki like helped me throughout medical school. It helped me survive medical school. And yeah, now I'm no longer a final year medical student. I'm currently waiting to apply for housemanship. A bit scared, but yeah, it's the next step of my life and next step of my journey, and I hope you guys have a great day. So if you found this helpful, please hit the subscribe button, like, share to all your friends and family. Please hit the subscribe button, like, share, do everything. And also subscribe for more medical school tips, especially those of you from Malaysia, because I'm also from Malaysia. Hey guys, bye! See you in my next video.